Welcome to yet another unboxing video here on my channel, and I'm going to do a few unboxing videos starting from today, and I'm going to show you some of my 11/11 buys. And this watch was purchased on Alixpress on 11th November and it reached me today, this afternoon. Today is like 16th November, so I must really applaud the seller for such amazing shipping speed. Right, it's amazing. Right, from China to Singapore in the space of what, 4 to 5 days. I think this is really amazing. So this is a watch from the brand Specht Sohne. All right, amazing sounding brand. Let me just try to pronounce it sort of a more German way. All right, Specht Sohne. It sounds horrible, to be honest, but I think for the price that these watches are going for, I think you can't really complain very much. Alright, I must admit that the packaging here is pretty decent. Alright, so it does come with a few dents at the corners of the box here, but I don't think it's a very big problem. Alright, so I'm liking this seagull type of logo, but for the brand name itself, I think the less said, the better. Okay, so I've carefully removed the bubble tape, and this is the watch in question. Ta-da! This is a Specht Sohne 37mm version of their PRX homage. Alright, so to be honest, these days I'm not a big fan of homage watches, but when this 37mm version was launched, I had to click the add to cart button, because really I've been waiting for a suitable size of the PRX watches to come by. Alright, so the original PRX at 40mm for a style like this is way too big for me. And the 35mm version, I've tried it on a few times and I always feel that it's a bit too small for me. So this at 37 sits right in the middle, and I think this is in the sweet spot. This is the correct size for an integrated bracelet design watch, and this is the size that Tissot should have made in the first place. And this is a really quick and staged wrist shot to show you how the watch fits on my wrist, and really I think this is the sweet spot, the correct size for such a watch design. So granted, this is not the thinnest watch. I think it's about 12mm thick. Alright, but because of the smaller diameter of the case, I think it doesn't feel so bulky and doesn't have that bit of a lug overhang that you see with the 40mm PRX design. Let's take a closer look at the Specht Sohne 37mm PRX homage. I'm not too sure what they officially call this one. I don't think there's even a model name for it, so it is marketed or sold as a 37mm version integrated bracelet, but we all know what it is. Alright, this is obviously a homage of the PRX. Looks exactly the same but with different dimensions. Marketed as a 37mm version, but I'm just going to bring in my calipers and then do a quick check and see if it's really the case, if it's really 37mm. So here are my calipers. I think the calipers, they're making a debut on my channel. I've been using this one for the last God knows how many years, but this is the first time I've used it in one of my videos live. And yes, just have a look at the measurement here. It is indeed a 37mm case, and let me tell you, this is the winning formula. Alright, at this case size you won't go wrong. It looks perfect for this watch design. Alright, I've removed the protective layer as well for you to get a closer look at this one. So on first sight, I think it looks really good. I'm not too sure if there are any sharp edges. Looks pretty okay, it feels pretty okay to me. Alright, the underside of the case here, not too bad. I don't feel that it is overly sharp, and I've selected this sunburst green version. There's a dark blue sunburst version as well, and you know, I don't really have a green dial watch these days, so I went straight for the green dial version, and so far I'm very happy. The overall design is of course exactly the same as the PRX. We've got brush, flat links, surfaces leading up to the flat side of the case, a flat portion here, and then oh, okay, we've got brush case sides as well. Alright, so it looks really good. Very simple looking dial with all the matchstick look kind of markers or baton markers, whichever way you want to put it. Now I do feel that this logo here is rather big because the dial is pretty small for its size, but I think overall design, you know, there's nothing much to speak of. I'm not a big fan of the seconds hand because I find that the counterbalance bit is a bit too long. So from this angle it looks like there are 3 hands, but it's not a GMT, alright? So this really short part here, it is actually the counterbalance of the seconds hand. Well, it looks pretty silly, alright? I have no confirmation if the original Tissot has the same design. And this one also sports the butterfly clasp. It is unsigned and there are no micro adjusts, but I do believe that these are half links. So just have a look here. We've got half links. Alright, so not too bad, alright, for a watch that costs not a lot of money. So I paid under 70 Singapore dollars, and I think you shouldn't complain for a price like this. So here's another wrist shot for you to see how the watch fits on my 17cm wrist. Alright, so again, I must say this is the perfect size. This is the right size, and this is what Tissot should have made in the first place. Haha! Alright, I know the PRX is a runaway success, is a big hit, and Tissot has sort of gone up the rankings because of this PRX line and all that, but come on, this is the correct size, okay? So stay tuned for the full-length review of the Specht Sohne PRX homage review. This is the 37mm version, so at this point I haven't seen any watch reviewer doing this one or unboxing it or something like that. Alright, so if you want to see the full-length review, do remember to log on to my channel in the next few weeks. I might do a comparison with the Tissot PRX if I can lay my hands on one on loan for a review and comparison video. I'll see you soon. This is Andy in Singapore. Bye bye.